Alright guys, game number... Actually, let me think about that. I guess it's actually game number 6 of the day, or best of 3 number 6. It's definitely the first map in this particular best of 3. Starting to the top right here at the Caseking Christmas Cup, we have MC Changming-chul with his Korean, with his Hangul name currently, starting in blue. And MC is going up against a Terran player in this first best of 3 for him. Starting to the left side of the map, we have JJakji, our Terran player, in red. I'm color with me is Todd, and this is the first Terran versus Protoss that we're casting today. So how excited are you for that matchup, Todd?
I'll tell you after I know who wins. I'm pretty excited. These two, they are a little bit of a classic matchup for me. They've actually met 8 times in the past. And want to guess what the score is between them?
I just want to say it's going to be a hell of a game because hell has just... No, that's like too bad, but okay. I was like really waiting for that to somehow like make a joke out of it, but yeah. As we already stated earlier, Germans are not supposed to be funny, so I should stop trying. 8 times, you say?
Yeah.
I would say it's an even split.
Wow, man. You're
I'm right?
very fast at illegal hacking stuff.
I did not illegal like that. I'm not that fast. Come on.
Yeah, it's 4-4 actually, and their last encounter was at DreamHack, and JJakji won 3-2 there. And before that, they played at Gfinity, which I believe we casted, and back then MC won 2-1.
Okay.
Yeah, those were some pretty nice games already. MC, he always brings out like a little bit of special builds and tricks, I feel like, when he plays against Terrans like JJakji. Like you will see him literally do crazy stuff with like sentries, force fields, like drops here and there with Warp Prism.
MC is one of those guys that ages ago, that was like years ago really, I think I wasn't... That was when he dropped out of Code A, and back then I said, okay, MC is done now. Like he had his time, he had his prime, like he won his games, but right now he's completely done and he's not gonna come back. And boy did he prove me wrong. Oh yeah. My god, like this guy, I really thought at that time, well he had his, you know, I thought he was a little bit like Nesty. He had like his prime already behind him and now he's still gonna be a solid player, but he's not gonna be that guy anymore that wins a big championship. And MC just like was like, no, screw that, I'm gonna be the best, I'm the boss toss for a reason, and he bounced back, and this guy, you can never count him out. It's insane what he has done in his career. It's really incredible.
MC is far from done. He's on double gas, Kaldor. He's not going to go for a quick Nexus, so I'm pretty sure we're going to see something like a... I would say in this game I'm feeling a Stargate, because I really don't feel like a Twilight will be good here, but with MC, you know, he's the one who called Blinkstalker's boss unit. So there is always that possibility that he still goes for it, but yeah. I really don't feel like it would be good here if he was to go for something like Blink. Especially since he's been perfectly scouted, whereas like if you go for an Oracle, you can still fly around, do some damage here and there, and by the look of things, JJakji is going for what MMA once upon a time called the anti-MC build, where you go for a very quick factory, you squeeze out some Widow Mines, and you make sure you can hold an Oracle or attack with Blinkstalkers, and then you get more Bioforces to help reinforce that, and then you take normally.
MMA is actually a player that we are going to see in this tournament too. He's going to play, I feel, the next match actually. But right now we're focusing, of course, at the Protoss versus Terran at hand, with a Stargate being dropped by MC and him also putting his own expansion now into play. Where both players are like still trying to scout, especially that Reaper is scouting the entire map. Apparently he wants to make sure that there is no proxy set up by MC anywhere on this map, and he's doing a really good job. I extremely like this by JJakji, making sure that there's nothing hidden on the map, especially when you're up against a player like MC. You know how many times in the past he has hidden the Twilight Council, has hidden a Dark Shrine, a Stargate, something on the map, and JJakji is just sending that Reaper out on the mission, and the Reaper is extremely busy trying to make sure that there is definitely nothing that he doesn't know about.
I really like that MC didn't proxy anything, because he was definitely thinking about it, by the way. Like, he was waiting to make his third pylon. He had his probe in the middle of the map. His main was being scouted, and he was like, it's too obvious. If I make something out on the map, it's probably going to be seen and spotted.
Do you see that?
And the scan, yeah, MC knew. That's why he made the Stargate here. He knew that was going to happen.
And it was so immediate, like that scan. We saw JJakji jump on the high ground and his Reaper gets shot down, and he's like, alright, wait a second, I need to know what's going on. And JJakji scans. He has seen the pylon though, so I guess he knows there's something there. Or there's at least a high chance that something's there, but he did not commit to a second scan just yet.
Yeah, it's going to be so tricky to actually make something happen with the Oracle without losing them to the Widow Mines, but MC is definitely one of those Protosses that's the best at it, and you see he dodged, like he knew there was probably a Widow Mine right above that refinery in the main of JJakji, so he didn't even go in the range of that and didn't lose his Oracle.
Yeah. Well, right now we have MC with the transition into the robotic spay. Gets that out there. JJakji is so far still sitting completely tight on his natural, making sure that he's just not losing any SCVs against what MC is currently doing here. Harvester count is 33 against 39. You have that slight lead for the Protoss player, thanks to the to the chrono boosts, of course, that you can get out there. And what would you say MC is going from here? What is going to be his game plan for this match?
Usually he goes into a lot of gateways, he gets a Twilight, and then gets Blink, and then from there either High Templar or Colossus. But Classic these days has done very well against Terran when he went for Oracle and then went into Charge and Templar. So MC, you know what? Actually, no, he's not going to do that because his MC is going to go for Blink anyway.
With MC, you never know. I completely hear you. I mean, you try to analyze what he's doing, and then MC just like does something else. And the thing is, it always seems to work. Even I don't know how many games I already casted with like Protoss players that were trying to analyze his style or saying that what he does isn't supposed to work, but it somehow always is. I don't know. Like, this guy is just amazing.
You know, if MC wins here, and actually, yeah, no, if just MC wins here, he plays against Impact, which will be a rematch of when they played the DreamHack Bucharest, back when Impact was on a tear. He beat Ryong, then he beat MC, then he beat Jedong, and then he lost to Life in the finals. So we could have a lot of DreamHack rematches then.
Yeah.
If MC then beat Impact, no, if Impact then beat MC and then played Life, that would be a rematch also. Then in finals, they could play Jedong, also a rematch. All of these players have played each other so many times. It's interesting to see rivalries develop.
Nice move there, by the way, with the Widow Mine. I mean, he had 2 Oracles, and now he gets that kill, but getting one of the Oracles already out of the match, that's a pretty big win for JJakji there. And JJakji is actually like doing so far extremely well. He has that like task force on the map now, that hit squad that he's utilizing at this point, and with that he could just like move in and drop if he gets an opportunity to do so. MC currently has how many observers on the map? He has 2, so he's really just trying to find out where that next hit might come from, and that Oracle is definitely helping with the revelation.
Yeah. Caldor, enlighten me. Robo Bay or Templar Archives next?
I say Robo Bay.
Alright.
Which means that he's probably going to go for the Templar Archive.
He might get charged before. MC, he's been doing this for quite a bit. He gets a certain amount of Stalkers, Sentries. If you attack into him, you're in trouble. If you don't attack into him, and then you keep on massing, you take a 3rd base, then you're supposedly in good shape. But he's so good that when he squeezes out either Colossus or Templars, he's still able to do well no matter what. It's so tricky to play against this guy.
With
he made so many Stalkers, by the way.
Sorry?
He made so many Stalkers.
Yep.
Like, this is a massive number. Like, against a big chunk of bio, it wouldn't do well. So for JJakji right now, I really feel like he shouldn't attack. Like, this is a short-term investment here for MC. The longer JJakji waits, the better it's going to be for his army. And having played MC as many times as he did in the past, I think he knows not to attack right now. And yeah, we do see charge start, by the way.
That observer is also in the perfect spot. He sees everything, and now suddenly MC moves down. The force field's not trapping anything, though. JJakji immediately hit that stim button once he saw the army and moves back right now, making sure that he doesn't lose anything here. Here's a third...
Where are they going? Oof. Did you see those 2 medivacs? They had units in them, too.
I actually only saw the one at the top. Did he lose that? He must have lost.
No, he has 2. JJakji right now has 2 medivacs, like the one on the left of the.
Yeah, I saw them to the left. He has one in the main base that was just sniped, though.
They were headed straight for the Stalkers, and you predicted Robo Bay, right? Yeah, so it makes sense.
Yeah, of course he makes the. I told you he was going to do the exact opposite. Okay, so Command Center, the 3rd one is already in place for JJakji. So JJakji going straight for that 3rd here, and MC is now also putting his 3rd out. Who do you think has the bigger disadvantage, considering that the 3rd base is so exposed in the middle of the map?
I think it's MC here, definitely. I think JJakji is going to want to look to hit the timing now, before there is any kind of AoE, being the Colossus or Storm. So in this case, MC trying to reach Storm, and this timing is going to be massive. Like, I really don't know how you can hold this. right now as MC, and JJakji textbook countered MC style here. I mean, he hasn't won yet. Like force fields could do well, but if JJakji doesn't completely mess up, like he's kind of is right now with the first medivac, I think it's good for him.
Yeah, and MC is getting the force fields actually set up really well, but the base of course already cancelled. Now suddenly the Immortals exposed at the front. We have JJakji moving in, or at least trying to. The force field still very good by MC, but the army supply is in favor of the Terran player still. Nice blink though, MC really microing his units well and suddenly taking down the big chunk of the Terran player's army, forcing him and blinking after him, trying to hunt him down here, and even sacrificing the Oracle for Revelation so that he keep on moving behind them, sniping the medivacs now as well, at least 2 of them. Good fight there by MC, but still losing, of course, that third base, which was a bit of a blow. He cancelled it, as you can see, they didn't lose it. But for MC, of course, a bit annoying that he doesn't have access to that third base yet, whereas JJakji is already using it for the tech into the commands, into the orbital command, and for the extra meal done.
I don't know why JJakji fought anyway. Like, in a fight like this, if you can get a cancel on your opponent's third base, you don't have to fight. You can just pull back and then you're ahead, having your own third base. I mean, JJakji's got a third command center up, so a little bit strange, especially like standing there when the force fields had split half his army and some of it wasn't attacking. A little bit of questionable decision, but he did scan earlier, I think, and oh no, it was with the medivac, and saw the Templar archive, so now he's getting ghosts.
You could really see that also the pathing apparently like screwed it up a bit. He was trying to move past that force field, but he didn't really get the chance to. Now double drop into the main base, and he could at least take down a few of the pylons there. MC immediately moves in with a few of the charge lots, warps them in, and of course with that much firepower here, thanks to the stim, the zealots are gonna be gone in a flash, but it's enough time to get the stalkers in there. MC with the warp prism to the left side has warped the zealots into the main base though, and that's a big problem. We have another fight going on. 3 fights actually on the map right now, and JJakji seems to be losing every single one of them.
JJakji, he's forced to a lot of storm though, and sniped some Templars. So even if he trades here, like he's starting to fall behind in supply, but he didn't let the Templar count go high. And yeah, it really feels like he's losing too much right now. He definitely overextended here, so he needs to go back now.
And he loses still, or he still lost units back at home. He had to stim again, and those few zealots that we saw warped in, they did a lot of damage. Of course, the problem is losing the warp prism here, so MC can't use it later on, but he can always rebuild it. And we have at the same time MC now in a pretty significant advantage when it comes to army supply. 74 versus 45, resources lost, 10,000 against 7,000 in favor of the Protoss player. That third base for both of them is going strong, but MC has done very well in the last few fights, so JJakji needs to be very careful how he is going to do that from now on. As you said, the High Templars are there, Storm Energy is building up, JJakji is getting his ghosts to counter that, but so far his draw play and his attempts to just spread MC out thin have not worked at all.
Yeah, I don't think MC realized how ahead he was. Like, he literally could have just attacked the natural and he moved the natural of JJakji and maybe killed him. And now, rather than doing that, he just went back home and is giving an opportunity for JJakji to come back. But I mean, it's going to be really hard because JJakji really wants to play without any ghost. It seems like he's quite a bit behind in supply, and now he's going to have to face quite a few Templars. The thing is, I guess MC doesn't really want to add any Colossus, at least just yet, because he hasn't made any Robobay. He's really committing hard on this Charge Lot Templar style he's playing, and remaking a Warp Prism here. He's going to want to drop the main.
JJakji is trying to get a ghost count up now. He's going to look at 6 ghosts in just a few seconds for EMPs, so he will play that battle with ghosts versus High Templars. We have MC still with a pretty big army supply lead though, and not only army supply, we're talking 180 overall supply against 140. That plus 3 attack upgrade for JJakji has been started, but he doesn't really seem to be in a position where he can go for additional drop play. He's a bit afraid, I feel, that MC is just going to take him head on, and MC's army is massive. He has Archons at the front, we're talking 2 Archons here, 12 High Templars for Storm, and also that Prism is moving in. Oh, nice EMP against the High Templars there as well. Still a bit of energy left on one of them, and he makes a feedback, kills one of the ghosts, but losing the Warp Prism is of course pretty good for JJakji, like getting that at least out of the way.
Yeah, MC is gearing up for an attack on the third base of JJakji. He's gonna want to look to pull back when the army of JJakji gets here, and then storm his way back, basically cover his retreat with some nice storms. She's placing the Observer very nicely to see the ghost. Might look for some feedbacks, but actually he's pretty deep in.
Yeah, that command center, by the way, went down. The CC is down. That means we're having 2 bases.
And just that.
There's the storm. Oh, he moves into the storm. Look at this army! No hit points whatsoever, but there are no High Templars with this right now. There's no follow-up storm. MC turns around and fights because he realizes he can't run here. He can only blink away with the Stalkers, but the rest of the army is exposed, and he's losing everything. The Archons and the Immortals are gone. JJakji clearing that up. So low in HP on the units, but at least that last battle he got a few kills out there. But MC still has him topped in army supply, and has those High Templars, by the way, back at home where they gathered up the energy, defending the third in the natural.
It's time, Kaldor. The boys are being pulled. JJakji losing his third CC. He's forcing him in a situation where he has to all in. There is 14 Templars on the map.
No way. No way. Look at those storms. Like, he just takes down that army. Easy peasy. MC on the way to victory in game number 1. 114 army supply against 54. The boys have been pulled, but they're not going to change it. We have the Charge Lords moving in against the Marauders. Immortals are coming in, and another set of High Templars is already on the way. Even a flank from the top with another warp in. The GG dropped as JJakji loses the first game. MC, the boss toss in the 1-0 lead of the best of 3 series here at the Caseking Christmas Cup. And good job by MC. So map number 2 will start in just a few, when we're going to find out if MC is going to be able to win 2 in a row to take down JJakji in the round of 16. Bottom left of the map, we have JJakji starting here on Deadwing, map number 2 of the best of 3 series, the Caseking Christmas Cup. The 1-0 lead for his opponent after the first map. MC taking the first one, winning it here and putting his Terran opponent, of course, in an awkward spot there. So Protoss player in this game is doing pretty well, pleasing Todd, who's probably happy about MC's performance so far.
I am, but he plays such an unconventional style that it's impossible to copy this man. Many have tried and never lived to tell the story, Caldo.
So what about you? Have you tried too?
Yes. And this is why
how did that go?
Anymore.
So MC ruined your career as a player?
No. Let's not twist this out of control. No, I tried to copy his style at some point, but it's hard. Like, you don't really understand like why he does some of the things that he does, and it's just such a style that's specific to him and that he's tried and practiced a lot that no other player like can pull it off nearly as well as he does.
Well, right now it works for him again. Like, his style gave him a victory on map number 1. Maybe JJakji helped a bit with overextending in that situation that we talked about during the match, when he was attacking the third base of MC and could have pulled back, which he didn't do. MC gets a pretty cool scout off on the map. He sees his opponent on the first base. Always amazing, of course, if you get that scout. And MC is going into early double gas once again.
A little bit surprising, like, this is really a build where when you open double gas on one base like this, like that fell out of fashion. Yet somehow MC in the first game opened with it and then adjusted very well. I guess when you are as good as MC in terms of adjusting, you can try to seize the opportunity when you open for a build like this, where if your opponent doesn't scout you, then you can play pretty greedy, you know, do some tech here and there and try and punish the lack of scouting. You can be an opportunist, but JJakji is just not going to fall for any of these things and going to scout early on and see the double gas.
JJakji is already on the way, and we talked about MC, and with the angle that he saw the SUV, the probe coming in, he's now moving up to the top left and is going to see what's happening in MC space. So we're not looking at a game where you're in a position that you scout your opponent on the last position, you get denied by, let's say, a Marine, for example, as the Protoss player, and then have no idea about the main base and what kind of build he's starting with. So scouting information for both of them, and MC already on the way with a probe down to the bottom right, maybe trying to hide something here once again.
I wonder what MC's plans is here. You see, he made the same pylon as he did on merry-go-round.
I like that the Reaper is already on the way.
Yeah.
The Reaper is already there. He's like, yeah, this I scouted on the last map. I'm also scouting. Oh
is he gonna miss it?
Oh god. He
Wow,
actually.
that's so sad.
Dude, he
It's like
changed
the
the
only
path. He had the path like lined up so that he would have scouted the probe, and he must have changed it.
Cutting corners, man.
Yep. Literally. cutting out that one corner at the top of the bottom right main base, and that's
was the
exactly
pun,
what it was hiding. I just was trying to explain it to all the people that didn't get it.
Oh, you got it, alright. And same Stargate as earlier in the same corner, I mean similar corner that we saw it on merry-go-rounds. So this time JJakji might be able to confirm it. The Reaper. Oh, he's gonna pull.
The probe kill. The probes get a bit of action as well, tasering down the Reaper. Bottom left of the map we have Starport starting here for JJakji. His own expansion is currently building, and of course the Oracle is already about to fly in. We have the Marines just waiting for that to happen, and MC dropped that pylon to the right side, so let's see how he's going to utilize that. The probe already moving away.
Doesn't look like he's for anything right now.
What do you think he's going to do with that? I mean, he moves back with a probe, he's not going to proxy anything there, just as a warp-in point. Seems a bit weird, right? Like,
yeah, I really don't know this. Actually, it's funny, we talked about Nighthand earlier, but Nighthand won some tournament games not too long ago, and I asked him to send me the replays. He sent them to me, and he did that, and he hit like 6 gates on the pylon, and then all in one. Is there a Widowmine?
Yeah, one
Oh,
Widowmine,
yeah,
but he killed it.
Next to the refinery.
Oh, you mean another one? I actually don't even see it.
Yeah, it's above the refinery. You can select it. Oh, MC knows. Oh my god, MC is so sick.
He killed one. He killed one Widowmine with the Oracle.
Yeah.
So that was already a good job. But yeah, having that Widowmine there, I didn't even see that. So at this point we have MC again with the Twilight Council. That pylon down to the bottom right, maybe for later on, but at this point it's not really doing anything. The double Oracle with a scout on the medevac. Like that. Look at him dancing around the medevac. Look at that. Medevac feels pretty silly right now. He's like, yeah, that's not going to be a surprise.
Land, I dare you. It's gonna go to blink behind this. We might see. Are we gonna see a timing with like a lot of gateways and mass blink stalkers? MC has done this in the past.
MC trolling the shit out of JJakji here with that medevac. I love it. Like the two oracles just dancing around it.
He might. Oh my god! I can't believe he flew so close to the mines.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of mines, by the way. By now, we have 2 just there. We have the medevac still trying to bait him in. That's not working. 4 additional gates built up at the top. Yeah, it looks more and more like we're gonna see MC with the aggression and with the blink.
You know, it's crazy. Nobody else ever does that. I've literally seen nobody else ever do oracles into blink all in. MC, even back in the days, like, what was that map? A 2-player map, like, god damn it.
Which days? How long ago?
When, I don't know, MC played so many seasons, maybe like 2 or 3 seasons ago. Daedalus points. He did that build already, like I think it was against MMA, like either in semi or in finals, where he went for Oracle and then mass blink stalker all in, and he used the Oracle as detection for the Widow Mines.
Wasn't Daedalus your favorite PvZ map?
Come on, Kaldor. You already went for the bad ones and said you wouldn't use them, but now you go for the horrendous jokes.
I couldn't resist, sorry.
I mean, look at the production tab. No combat shield, no steam pack ready.
Yeah, and the blink stalkers are already there, and quite a few of them. Here comes the time warp, and we have the double oracle behind that if he needs it. Double time warp there as well, and oh god, those poor marines trying to escape there, getting taken out one after another. He doesn't have anything left. There's 7 marines and now 5 marauders, but he blinks. Oh, maybe overextending with that blink a little bit. The reinforcements were coming in, and he's building 2 bunkers as well, but the SCVs at the front have already been taken down. Another round of warp-ins is already hitting for MC, and he's moving in now with 28 to 29 army supply. Combat shield and stim are about to be done. Combat shield actually is completed, and stim will in a few seconds. MC might not be able to push through here. That bunker is done, but sniped immediately. That didn't have any hit points left. The second one is still there, though, and the Widowmine has already done some work as well. So right now, MC losing a lot of units, down to 12 Stalkers against 6 Marauders with Stim and 10 Marines that by now have Combat Shield.
That single tiny blink forward. Big mistake here by MC, and he might have to give up with the aggression. He gets another gas that is natural. He hasn't restarted pro production, but he's got quite a bit. He killed 16 SCVs, so he's ahead in walkers, but 45 to 41? I don't think JJakji cares. He has the mules to work with.
Exactly, and he now uses his stim once again, moves in, starts taking down another stalker or two, and just always moves back with the Medivacs there. He can just heal up for everything, for all the damage that has been done. The Widow Mine is going in once again. So far, I have to say, JJakji is doing a great job with his defense against this strategy. MC is using a few Zealots now at the front line, trying to take down the bunker, but the repair is real. Wow, gets all that damage negated in a second, and MC is giving up that idea now. So the strategy of his not working out.
And 3 additional gateways are going to be dropped down. Now, that's one of MC's specialty, recovering from this situation. So what he's going to do is, he's going to get a bunch of sentries like he's now. He's already got 3. And he's going to go into charge loss. Basically, kind of like he did in the previous game. And as I said, that he drops the robe away. Alright, screw it. Kaldor, take it away.
Well, we have JJakji actually starting to move in right now, and for MC, with he's going into the Robo Bay now, starting his tech up. But it looks like JJakji really wants to go in and pressure him right now. We have a third base actually done for JJakji, and as long as MC doesn't have a third, I don't think that JJakji really has to commit here. We're talking about the same situation as we had in the last game.
I really don't like that Robo placement, by the way. That's what I call the mana Robo Bay, or Robo facility, at the front of your base, waiting to die. Like JJakji, if he attacks, he's literally gonna snipe that before the fight even begins.
You mean the facility? Yeah, sorry, I thought at the beginning that you were talking about the Robo Beta puts in right now. Yes, that's definitely a bit tricky. It's kind of reminding me a bit of the days when we had on like so many maps Protoss players just putting Antigua Shipyard, for example. How often did I see a Protoss lose because he put all of his tech structures right into the pathway of every single dropship that would come in there? Losing Robo Bay and Robo, and suddenly the tech was gone, they would lose that. It's pretty similar. If JJakji actually moves in, you're right, just a quick stim and he could take that out. But it doesn't come to that just yet. I feel JJakji really doesn't have to be aggressive. He has his third base up, he defended well, he knows there's no significant tech for MC, he has the scans available to double check, so he can just sit tight and let MC do his thing and control just the flow of the game, get his economy up, and therefore his tech.
Yeah, MC halted pro production. For now, by the way, I'm starting to wonder whether we might see something like a 2-base out of him.
Do you think that would be successful at this point? If JJakji would have to play really greedy for that to be successful, don't you think?
It could be. The thing is, he already has the Stalkers to counter the Vikings. But right now, JJakji, he's playing it so smart. Like, he knows what could be up, so he's already on 2 starports. He's getting a lot of Vikings out. He scanned for the Robo Bay earlier. Like, JJakji is playing it beautifully, and if MC went for a 2-base, I actually think that if JJakji just pulled SCVs, he will hold easily and then just win from there. But now, MC is still behind, and JJakji, there's going to be a massive timing that he can hit with or without SCVs, he can choose, when he has, say, about 11 to 13 Vikings where he can just attack and maybe finish the game, because there's not going to be Storm out on time.
MC is getting his own third now, and JJakji still controls the map and is out there going for the Zelnaga Watchtower, having the Vikings move in. Is currently looking at 6 Vikings in total. We're with a pretty significant force here, completely saturating his third base as well. 107 army supply against 94, getting good upgrades out too. We have actually double upgrades with that engineering bay, going for the 2-2, and he will be 2 upgrades ahead of MC if he waits for those to finish. Even putting the Ghost Academy into play now so that he can go straight for the Ghosts to counter potential Storm play. And a drop to the top right, already pressuring that natural, and going for the third base, getting the cancel on the third. Wow, yep, MC is actually, yes, he cancels it. He was busy with the drop, sent his army back to make sure that he could protect his mineral line at the natural. That's the time that JJakji chose to move in, and JJakji actually in like a great spot right now. That was so smart by him, just sacrificing a few units and saying like, as long as you don't have a third base, I'm gonna be fine.
Yeah, I really like that he got the Mothership Core here as well. That was a nice catch by JJakji, pulling back on time. He has enough Vikings to deal with the Colossus now, and so if you think about what JJakji could lose to, and he knows that as well, the only thing is Storm, so he knows that his opponent's on 2 base, that he's not going to be able to make that many Templars, but he needs Ghosts anyway, so he's going to get some now, and he's going to want to look to end the game, I guess when he has 3 or even 6 Ghosts, that should be enough. What are those Vikings doing? They're trying to catch a War Prism on the left, I guess.
Yeah. I was for a second like thinking of their, well, at first I thought really it was a few Medivacs that we had over there, until I realized how many there were. There was a bit too much. We've actually seen, have you seen a couple of Marine Lords plays lately against Protoss? He actually goes for that style where he just like goes for like a massive amount of medivacs, loads them with units, and just drops on top of his opponent's base, and he doesn't give a shit if two of them are sniped. It's crazy. It's really insane there.
Yeah, it's what Cure does a lot of the time. Cure against Zest, man, he dropped into 10 stalkers. Still worked.
Well, right now we have actually the attack starting there, and he... Oh, wow, that first snipe on the... Oh my god, those storms. Holy cow.
Yeah, but now there is none left.
Yeah, there's none, and he's just trying to get Archons, and at the same time there's now the Viking is completely useless since they already obliterated the Colossi, and he just gets everything done. Yeah, this is this is too brutal. I mean, he gets everything done. He takes down the Zealots, and well, JJakji is still 40 supply ahead, and MC is just melting away there. The Archons have actually done quite significant amount of work, and he's pressuring him back with the Zealots. I just don't think that he can win against the second wave that's going to come in at some point now. He's actually doing really well, isn't he, MC? Much better than I thought. Oh my god, that storm.
He's gonna, I mean, he's gonna hold this attack, but the supply really tells the story here. And JJakji even getting 3-3 personal cloaking right now, I really don't think there's a way he can lose this.
Yeah, but he did much better in the attack than I thought he would. He held that for now, and you're right. Like, with the supply and everything, the reinforcements coming in, the 3-3 and the upgrades that he already has, that's definitely now a position where it's going to be extremely tricky for MC. But I would never have thought that MC would have been able to hold this position as it is. Not after the Vikings, like, annihilated the Colossi within a second. And then also the rest of the Bioforce is still able to stim energy on the Medivacs. But just the Zealots at the front and the Archons that he had still left were doing so much there. So pretty impressive by MC. But of course the next attack, that's going to be the big deal. If he can hold that, he can maybe bounce back. But so far, JJakji is still in the lead.
JJakji went Night Elf style, man. He's playing his main CC to a new base.
I guess. I feel like way too few Terran players really do that.
Yeah, same. Except if they play Warcraft, then they know.
Yeah. Oh god, don't get me started. Every time I think about like Night Elves in Warcraft, I have to think about Ancient of Wars attacking each other for like about an hour. Like just like hitting every minute once.
That was just the beginning, man. Come on.
Yeah, but that's the nightmares that stick with you.
It's time for the snipes. Good force fields on his ghost, but there should just be too much here from JJakji. 92 army supply to 66.
Yeah, and he has... like, but the army is not all there. Like, look at the minimap. There's so much that's just, like, coming from the bottom now. And even he waited with a few units down there at that rally point, so he should have probably used that a bit earlier than that. There's still two Colossi.
There's two Colossi now.
Yeah.
And where are the Vikings?
I don't know, like, they're all dead, I think. There's only one Viking left. He lost every single one in the last fight and never really rebuilt them. MC has a chance of coming back. It's a slim one. Yeah, with the Bioforces pressuring through like that.
Yeah. If he had just camped and waited, maybe like he could have held the next two attacks, especially since there is no ghosts.
Yeah, this is just too much. I mean, resources lost, that's actually very close, but still a 2,000 difference. And JJakji is still alive there. He's starting to move in right now. MC's army supply is down to 16. That's game. That third base is really what kept him alive for so long, and it's about to fall right now. Yeah, that Colossus doesn't stand a chance. The GG drop, JJakji takes the game, brings us into another match in the series. So let's find out if JJakji is going to be another Terran player advancing, or if MC is able to win the third and final map of the best of 3 here at the Caseking Christmas Cup. Okay, now the overlay is actually correct. We have our best of 3 with a final map starting down to the bottom right of King Sejong Station. It is JJakji, the Terran player, with his command center in blue, and well, he is up against the Protoss to the top left. It's the boss toss himself, Jangming-chul, and he was able to win game number 1, but then in the second one he lost to his Terran opponent. So let's find out who will advance in the Caseking Christmas Cup to the round of 8, where the winner is going to meet Impact. Todd muted his microphone again.
Nope, I did not.
You just didn't feel of contributing right now?
That's wishful thinking. I wasn't sure you were done. You know, it's funny, like the player introduction, when I cast with like Kailaris and stuff, it's them doing it, and I always interrupt Kailaris after one player introduction and tell this one story. And then he's like, okay, all right, now, in the bottom left-hand side corner, and then you introduce the other player. And then every time I'm like, oh my god, I need to be careful. But the thing is, I'm so focused on other stuff like strategy and shit that I'm already thinking so much about other stuff. And yeah, I always go on rambles. So whenever I'm saying something, he still has someone to introduce, and whenever I'm not saying something, he's done. I just can't win, man.
Todd is thinking about our other stuff, aka girls and food.
No, man. I'm looking at the game. I'm looking at the builds, the positioning, who's scouting. Everything.
Todd is looking at his phone and just doing... Actually, like, I think you're probably just like Tindering it up right now.
I already swiped everyone right, man. There's nobody left.
Oh, you swipe everything right that is in France. Alright. That's one way to get some action, I guess. And now he's speechless. Okay, so back to StarCraft 2.
What am I supposed to say to this?
I don't know, troll back.
Come on, everybody knows you're a Dragon Slayer, man.
When did that happen? That's a new one to me. Okay, so reactor already building for JJakji. Second base going to come in a second. And for MC, we have his own at the same time. Once again, a probe to the left side. So MC has shown us in the last game already that he's really trying to just like proxy at least a pile that he could use later. But JJakji has always scouted everything on the map. This time we don't see an opening with a Reaper though. He has scouted with the SCV, has the first 2 Marines on the map, and is getting another one as we speak here. So... a bit of a different opening for him, but still, I got the first initial scouting off, but he won't have any idea of what exactly is happening in regards to tech when MC is starting his.
I'm not sure why JJakji is still mining gas, whether it's for factory or for an eBay with +1. Oh, it's gonna be eBay. Yeah. Which is nice. Like, if you can pull off that build, you know, and you don't take any damage early on from anything, you can get your upgrades going very quickly, and then you have so much momentum and initiative on doing attacks that you wouldn't do otherwise. Like your +2 attack upgrade or even +1 just comes so quickly with that build.
One thing, by the way, if you're a bit newer to StarCraft and you don't know what happened with that mule that just expired over there, what a lot of players will do when they realize that their mule is about to be expired, when it brings back the minerals, they just send it to the side so that it doesn't take any minerals away from the mineral fields, because if that happens and the mule expires during that time, you lose those minerals. So the mule was just like sent to the right side shortly before it was expired, just in case you're wondering why exactly that happened right next to it. It was not an accident, that was actually intentional. So the probe is actually down to the bottom left now. This time JJakji is not scouting, and MC might really use that. You were already talking about him trying to proxy, or thinking about proxying something on the first map. But JJakji is really just massing up his units in the middle right now and wants to be the aggressor this time.
Is MC sick or something? Because like this is the most standard build you can go for, which is is the last guy I would expect this from. At least so far, like. Obviously, you could throw down a bunch of buildings right now and go for a 2 base. Oh, an Immortal starts. I knew something was up.
So you actually are saying, like, you can understand what MC is doing, so something must be wrong.
Yeah, like if FC plays standard, like... I really don't know what's happening in this world, man, because MC is not your standard player.
Nah, he definitely isn't. He had a blast also. He had a blast on the channel. You were talking about the Koreans talking a lot in the channel about like the times when their matches were supposed to start, and he himself, of course, starts pretty late. Right now, we have in Korea 3 o'clock in the morning, which is still okayish, I guess, for a player. But he was making quite a lot of fun of first two when the brackets were announced and first realized that he would play it roughly, or his game was scheduled to be at 5 o'clock in the morning. Right now it looks like we will be able to start with his match a bit earlier maybe than that, but yeah, I'm trolling him quite a lot there.
I don't understand. Is he gonna go for an immortal timing or something? Like he made way too many probes for it to be the case, but he's proxying a pylon across the map now finally. And the War Prism starts, Galdor.
I mean...
Is he oh my god, that's supply block.
Uh-huh. Supply block time actually, wow, for both actually quite high. 160 seconds, 170 seconds to 134 this early in the game.
What, really?
Yeah. For Korean players, that's not. That's pretty high actually. So, sorry, sorry, my bad. That was the idle block account. I read the wrong number there. Supply block time is 51 seconds against 43. That's a lot more realistic. Yeah, when I read that, I was like,
minutes of JJakji.
gets the first stalker there. Has actually the stim.
He steams away, and he knows. He knows what could be headed for him now.
Do you think? How do you judge MC's chances here?
Well, I mean, nothing really happened. Like, MC's chances to make this attack work just basically disappeared with JJakji seeing it coming. But other than that, since it's not gonna attack anyway, now that it wouldn't work.
It's not gonna break him.
Yeah. He's still okay. Like, he didn't lose his army. He's just gonna attack. He's getting blink.
Yeah,
we might see either a Robo-Bear or a Templar Archive, whichever one you don't predict.
3 more gateways for him now, getting the +1 attack upgrade, and already the cancel on the two thingies that he was trying to build the bunkers. So JJakji already realizing that this is not happening right now, that MC already abandoned his plan and canceled those bunkers again, and instead just went into production of his, actually the armory, to get the access to the +2 armor upgrade, and also of course with the second engineering bay coming in, and him already on +1 attack, he can go for +2/+2 and double upgrades.
And Templar Archive is going down. I guess he won the first game with that. Lost the second game with the Robo Bay.
It was actually always the Storms that were about to bring him back in the last game as well. I think if you have like Storm Micro, or if you hit the Storms like MC does, that Templar Archive play is really doing a lot of work for you. And I feel like a lot of TAM players really struggle with landing those EMPs against a Protoss player that handles his high Templar as well. Oh, that drop here.
It's difficult. Against somebody like MC who splits his Templar very well. I can't believe JJakji is dropping even though he knows that MC has blink.
It gets away.
Get out.
I love that one Marine just being dropped to kill that pile, and he's like, wait a second, I can take this down. Has another drop at the same time at the natural. Looking at the units killed, MC's defense was real here. I mean, only losing 2... Actually, there was only 2 workers killed by JJakji. That's all that he was able to get there. Not a lot more than that, so very, very well done by MC. The defense a lot more difficult than the drops themselves. So JJakji going for the aggression, trying to pressure his opponent, but MC definitely paying attention here, and it works out very well for him. And now the counter aggression.
The problem right now is that he doesn't know if there is a Robo Bay or a Templar Archive, and that changes everything. I mean, it's one or the other, and he delayed his third command center a lot, so he needs to find out what's up, and either hit a timing before Storm, which looks very unlikely because it's already more than halfway through done, but he has a few medivacs loaded up, or take to Ghost.
Oh, we have actually the Viking moving down to the bottom left, Todd. He's gonna find that Warp Prism. Look at that. The perfect timing for him. He sees it. The Warp Prism is not only spotted, he might be able to take that out just in time, and that's really bad for MC's plans right now. It's gonna be close. Oh god, a Widowman. And the missile turret. There's no way it survives. Or is there? Nope. Only 2 zealots are there, nothing done. Very well defended by JJakji. He's 40 supply ahead. Well, and there comes the warp in, and suddenly it's only 20, but still, it's a good advantage that he has.
And JJakji, he already has a chunk of units ready to get a cancel on that third base, even as on that potential third base of MC, even as a Marine standing there. Blocking it, he has the infamous, if you leave your base, I'm going to boost 4 medivacs in, ready on the left-hand side of the map.
That's the cancel.
He just actually returned that with a 5th one. Raising the stakes, Caldo.
Cancels or forces the cancel. That's once again not only time but resources lost. And let's not forget about those 4 medivacs that are still to the left side. 5 by now. 5 medivacs that he is about to drop. He's moving in with them already. He has another Marine over there for scouting information. He knows there's no pylon. And as the entire or most of the army of MC is walking towards the right side to protect the third base, that medivac drop is going to do some work. Even if he gets feedback there with like one of them, but I don't think that even that is happening. Yep, gets away, like drops in, and he's right where the where the Templar Archive is. There comes the first storm. Immediately the stim being used, moves out of the storm, takes down one, takes down a High Templar, takes down the second one before they drop their storms. Oh, and he's gonna get the Templar Archive for sure. He cancelled the third as well with another army to the right side. Currently, JJakji is taking MC apart. Look at this main base. The damage is unreal.
Yeah, MC is losing a lot. His supply is plummeting. He's lost quite a few workers. Now he's losing very important units. Even though he's stormed, he uses the photon overcharge. But I mean, JJakji, he's already done the damage that he wanted to do.
Yeah.
And he didn't lose his main army too on the map. He just ran away with that, steamed away. And MC restarts
Wow.
in Nexus on the third base.
That's
And
insane.
He's down to 32 probes to 52 SCVs.
He did so much damage, like even after the initial attack, that was already the damage done. Everything else that he got besides that was just a bonus. Now suddenly JJakji is moving in from the right side again, and this is like this ping-pong play that we see from Terran players occasionally against Zergs and against Protoss, where they just have dropships everywhere on the map and small attacks, and just force the opponent to just spread out so thin that they can't hold any position. And with him, MC, that is, losing not only a lot of units but also that Templar archive, suddenly he doesn't have the opportunity to get any additional High Templars into the game, and he's currently looking at only 2 that could drop Storms. And now we have JJakji just moving in. He even has a lot of Ghosts that he can use for that. He's completing the +2 armor upgrade, he's going into +3 attack, he has a massive army out there. We're talking about 109 army supply against 59, and MC is in so much trouble. JJakji is in a brilliant position to take this game.
He's just gonna go for it, and EMPs. MC's not even looking.
Oh,
Good night,
God.
Sweet Prince.
Yeah, there he comes. Force fields trying to prevent the worst for now, but that doesn't really look good. All of the shields are already gone, and JJakji, like a hot knife through butter, takes down the army of MC, clinches out a victory on the 3rd map, and advances to the 2nd round of the Caseking Christmas Cup with a 2-0 beating MC. Congratulations to JJakji. Really, really well played, especially, of course, here on King Stage on Station.